All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Grill. Finally waking up. Yeah, I had to go out here to Suffolk this morning for a last minute general note. It was just one document needed to be signed and stamped. Took care of my man, long-term client. I met him while doing a purchase that he was doing down in Florida. So I met him up here, and then he asked me could I be his regular notary because he has other real estate ventures going on. And I'm like, yeah, whenever you need me, just give me a holler. So he owns a couple of businesses around here, and he just gives me a call, and I show up. I'm supposed to have met him last night, but I had a Ron closing that I was doing, and that just lasted forever. I was up till 3 in the morning trying to get that done. The person is out there on a military installation or place or something, and I think their VPN is blocking the connection. So we was working on it over and over and over again, trying to get it done. That's why I'm also, when it comes to Ron, I'm real cautious about being on those platforms that's charging me for like beyond 30 minutes, because not everything is going to work that way, and we still got to try to figure out how we're going to get him connected to do this, because the system works, and I use Expedite, which is from Doc Verify, and I've done other ones, but for some reason his network is blocking it. And I've done it with people on board Navy ships out there in the boonies with cell phone, laptop. So doing it isn't the problem. It's just they got to be able to make a connection. I wonder what building this says. Honey on the side. I'm gonna have to. New businesses popping up. So yeah. So we got to figure that out. I don't know how to make it happen, but it's something that's gonna have to be done on his end. So wanted to talk to y'all real quick about estate planning. I know a lot of people are trying to find ways to make money. We all are. And I know a lot of people are like, okay, well, this loan closing thing isn't working for me. And I want y'all to understand something. Anybody who, because see, what I'm about to say, people don't think I'm trying to attack somebody, and I'm not trying to attack. This is just the way it is, in my opinion. What I found is this: people who don't like certain aspects of anything, it's because of their personality. It doesn't jive with who they are as a person. It's not that that avenue is a bad thing. It's just their personality. They don't like doing probably the 15 things that needs to be done to get it done, versus they just want to do 2 things or 3 things to get something done. So depending on your personality, how you are, it can really shape whether or not you take advantage of opportunities that are out there. So if somebody says, hey, we have this general notary thing, like me for the general notary, I'm not into the haggling, going back and forth. Here's my price, this, that, and the other. Okay, boom. I'll come to you, well, and people going back and forth. So certain things that comes up when it comes to, that thing gonna fall off. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. When it comes to general notary, people calling, asking, you tell them a price, you give them a fair price. I'm one of the lower fee notaries around. I don't charge all this extra for convenience fees and all that, and my price is still too much. It's still too much. Now, no. I'm like, all I'm charging is $10 and a travel fee. Oh, I only just wanted to pay $5. Okay, anybody else you go to is gonna want you to pay them $100. Well, I ain't paying $100. Okay, then it's gonna be $30. Well, I ain't paying no $30. Okay, then go to the library. Well, they said they won't notarize it because they don't do these they don't notarize these kind of stuff. Then you're gonna be $30. You see, I ain't got time for all of that. So for me, I don't have a problem with loan closings, and the reason why I don't have a problem with it, because I haven't really had to chase my money. I really haven't had to chase my money, but maybe a few times. But I get the money. It comes. I get that it. I don't like the 60 and 90 day waiting, but I got money coming. And my situation is different from other people, so I'm okay with the waiting. I got it, okay? I've worked with companies that only pay you once a month, and so that means you ain't getting paid every 2 weeks. You're getting paid every 30 days. So I've learned, and me and my wife have learned how to, take the money we have and make it work and make it stretch. So we're cool with that. People who don't like estate planning, it's more likely it's a personality thing. People who don't like apostille, it's a personality thing. People who don't like the loan closing, it's a personality thing, because their personality that I don't want to do all of that. It's just that simple. My personality with apostille is sometimes it's just a little too much going back and forth, sending documents here, I ain't got time for that. I don't feel like doing all that. Trying to figure out Hague versus non-Hague, I don't feel like doing that. That's just my personality. So I recognize that. So when it comes to doing stuff, and like a lot of people are trying to get into estate planning, they've taken these estate planning courses. They're hearing folk out here talking about how to be preferred notaries for estate planning attorneys, and it ain't working. They're trying to figure out, okay, well, Griff, how are you getting estate planning? And I've been asked that off and on for the last 4 months. How are you getting estate planning? What are you doing? Did you take so-and-so's course? I paid for a course, but I never took it. Because I realized that, okay, well, you know what? And it was at a discount, so I paid for it. But I was like, thinking it was going to be something. And then next thing I know, no, I don't feel like being a person who is trying to market estate planning. I don't want to do that. That's not my personality. To market, I don't like direct sales. I'm not a direct sales person. I really don't like doing that. I can do it if I put my mind to it, but I don't. So estate planning is simply us showing up, verifying their identity, and notarizing the signatures on the documents that they sign, if applicable. That's it. We shouldn't be there to explain the documents or to make sure they understand the documents, because somebody who is not us has spent time with them going over all of this stuff. Every single estate planning that I've done, that's what people have told me. Say, oh yeah, I already know what I'm signing. I'm good with it. Because that's one of the questions we ask as notary. You understand what you're doing, and are you doing it willingly? Yes, I understand what I'm doing, and I'm doing it willingly. I'm not being forced to do it. Okay, well, if that's the case, great, not a problem. And then they sign and this, that, and the other. And the concern of the contents of the concerning of the contents of the document is not our problem. The only reason why we should be concerned about the contents of the document is in order to make sure that it helps us to know who signs where. But in every estate planning that I've done, it's clear who signs where. Here's a spot for the witnesses. Here's a spot for the principal or the signer or the testor. Everything is laid out who signs where. Because if they don't have it laid out, it can make it hard, and that thing may not get done. So they do it. Every single estate planning company that I've ever done stuff with has made it simple that all you got to do is sign. There's nothing to go over. They've never asked me to explain anything or any of that. So all of these people out here who are teaching courses, and their courses are centered on you explaining things, you guiding them through things, which is another fancy word for explaining, you directing them, which is another fancy word of explaining. It's like, that ain't what I'm supposed to do. That's so how do you do estate planning? You just show your hind parts up, you verify the ID according to your state guidelines, you notarize the signatures on the documents in accordance with your state guidelines, and that's it. Do you need blank notarial certificates? Maybe, maybe not. But so far, I've never had to pull out a notarial certificate, acknowledgement, or a jurat. You swear them in, you keep it going. They got any questions? They talk to the representative who's been working with them for at least the last 3 or 4 months on this here estate planning. So that's all we're doing. Now, for us to pay, That depends on how they value what they're going to have us doing. Some may value what we're doing at $100. Some may say it's at $85 because all you're doing is notarizing 6 documents and you're going to be in and out and boom. But if you're saying, well, no, I can't do that, I need $400, not a problem. You're going to have to show them why. And if your reason for wanting $400 is all because you took all this training, to them, that's just like, okay, what training did you need to take to do this? Because we're not asking you, please don't tell me that's $6. Woo, because of this traffic accident, they charging $5 to get on the daggone HOV lane. And guess what? I'm paying it. Because I do not have time to be sitting in that long line of traffic. That thing is backed all the way up. So that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. And one company told me, said, why are you taking training? I've asked attorneys. I've asked estate planning attorneys, do I need to take this training to do this? They're like, no, you don't need that. They said, I've worked with several notaries and none of them have this specialized training. Now, if you want to take it just so you can feel smart, okay, fine. Just being real with you. Some people are doing this stuff because they're addicted to training. And they're going to spend more time in training. And in all honesty, ask yourself, for you and your closest buddies, how much time do you spend in training versus actually doing the work? And see, if you're working a W-2, where you spend more time in meetings and training sessions and quick 10-minute Zoom calls here, and this is why some of y'all are so quick to hop on somebody's training, because it's just like being in a W-2. I'm just sitting in front of the screen all day. The problem is doing that with this, you're not getting paid for doing that. You're paying somebody. So see, at your job, you still get paid to sit in front of a screen all day, so you don't have no problem doing it. I realized very, very quickly when I got in this business, ain't nobody paying me to sit in somebody's daily, weekly, monthly Zoom about notary stuff. I'm paying them for permission to sit there and listen to them. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But at some point in time, I got to go out and start making money. So when am I going to go out and start making money? That's the thing. So when I do estate planning, the fees that I've gotten paid have been from $85 to $125. And primarily it's been either $85, $100, or $125. Those have been the fees that I've been paid to go out and do it. And I'm fine with that, because every dollar I make is a dollar that my competition don't get. So, yep, that $5 is well worth it, because this traffic ain't no joke. These suckers are bumper to bumper. And I am not. I'm rolling. So that's the thing, you know. So with estate planning, I still feel, and I believe I'm just going to always feel this way. It's about availability, because see, here's the thing, and I don't know if they talk about this in these training things with estate planning, but things that I could take into consideration. If I was to direct market to a person to say, I want to be your preferred notary, and again, most people, I mean, they get they know the terminology preferred notary, but they don't understand they may not understand. It's like, okay, what the heck you talking about? Just, can you come here and do it when I need you to? Like what the guy just did for him and his wife. Yes, they prefer me to do it because I'm available. Whenever they need me, I can come do it. Either that same day or the next day. Hasn't been a time that I haven't been able to accommodate them. But the thing is this. I probably do 4 notarizations a year for them. Am I their preferred notary? Yes. Can you be that law firm's preferred notary? Yes. The question is, how much work does that law firm have pertaining to that subject or that assignment that you want to do? So the assignment is notarization of estate planning documents. How many do you do per month, sir or ma'am? And they may only do 2 or 3 a month. Now, being I've taken 15 different training courses person that you are, I guarantee you 45% of those, maybe not, I would say even more, I would say 80% of those are going to tell you to charge about $400. Because you're looking at, well, I ain't doing that many, so $400. The problem is they may not value what they want you to do at $400. That's the thing. So how do you get them to do that? As I've always said, that's the problem. So if they're not doing that many, if they're only doing 12 a year, estate planning on average, that means 1 a month. I don't know if they're going to feel that what you bring to the table, regardless of what training you took and how long you've been in the business, is that the only way they can feel justified is if you are doing what? More than just doing notary stuff. And then the question is the more than just doing notary stuff legally allowed for you? Are you legally allowed to do that? If you are, then hey, do it. But if you are not, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. You probably shouldn't be explaining documents and all of that. Well, I can prepare the documents for you. I can get this done. I can get that done. I can sort them. I can put it in the binder. All of that just so you can get $400. And there are human beings who are fine with doing those menial tasks. See, that's your personality. That's not mine. My personality is come in, get it done, boom. Now, do I have I don't have a problem printing. I don't have a problem doing the stuff to help me to do my job better, which is prep the documents ahead of time. There are some people that's just not them. They are not going to prep documents. They don't want to do that. And their personality is, I don't feel like sitting here within myself. Because some people don't want to be, you got to focus. And some people, they got too much stuff going on. I got all these other things, so I don't have time to prep the documents. Understand? Completely understand. What do you have time to do? Just show up and then you do that. Which means you're not going to want to scan back. You're not going to want to do all of this other stuff. That's why a lot of notaries out there don't put stuff in folders, because those little menial things, that's not their personality. For me, that's my personality. And for many of you, your personality is to learn every participle about something. My personality is give me the overall big picture, what I need to do. Tell me what is required for me to do, and don't worry about what I'm not supposed to do. And a lot of you are more concerned about the other stuff that you think is going to make you look good and make you shine, and you're not concerned about the overall part of doing your job as a notary. So when you're more concerned about the small little aspects of, by me doing this, it makes me look good in front of this person, in front of that person, I'm shining this way, that way, and it makes me feel good to point and to show them and this, that, and the other. Okay, fine. Then you need to be an escrow officer. But now I want to be my own business. Then start your own escrow officer business. Something. But don't do the illegal stuff under the guidelines of being a notary, and then the legal stuff that you're supposed to do, you can't do. So being an estate planning notary, in my opinion, is all about availability. As with this whole business, as y'all keep hearing me say over and over again. So are you available to the attorney when they need it? So how often do y'all do estate planning? You can simply market yourself. Hey, I'm Fred. I want to do, just want to find out, do you have a need for a notary to assist you in estate planning when you're having estate planning sessions for doing the notarizations of them? I'm confident that you already have somebody in office that can do it, but in case they're busy or they're on vacation or they just might be out sick, you may need a notary to come in and take care of that for you. And I'm fully aware, I'm fine with doing that. I know you're going to take care of explaining the documents to them, and you'll just need me to come in and do the notarizations. I say it that way. I would say it that way so that they'll know that I ain't coming there to explain jack. So because I know you've already taken care of the details of explaining their whole trust package with them, all you would need me to do is to come in and make sure that they sign, in accordance with your guidelines, date, initial, and then I notarize where applicable. That's it. That is it. That's how I would market to them. And then I would also suggest find out, so do you do it on a specific day? Do you do it, like a particular time of the month? Because some places may, they like every third Thursday is their estate planning day. So do you do something like that? You asking them that does what? It opens the door for you to now craft a more solid schedule. Because if they're like, oh yeah, we do it at the last, the last Thursday of the month or the second Tuesday of the month, now I know I can make myself clear. Well, I can be available for you on that day. So if you're doing it once a month, if that's your estate planning day, and if you need me, just let me know a day or so ahead of time, and I will already go ahead on and, be available to you and everything. And then come up with something like, hey, if I don't hear anything from you by that Friday before that particular set date that y'all do, I'll know that y'all got it covered. And then I'll go ahead on and book other appointments for that day. And now you're letting them know that, hey, look, I'm willing to set this day aside for you. But if I don't hear from you by this time, this is once you get to that point of an agreement that they want to work with you, then you set those parameters up and then you operate that, and then still leave some flexibility in there. And if you don't have anything going on, say by Monday, you shoot them an email and say, hey, just want to let you know I don't have any appointments on tomorrow, and I know tomorrow is your estate planning day. So if anything comes up that you need me to take care of for you, just give me a call. You see what I'm saying? You don't walk in telling somebody, hey, I want to be your preferred notary. You're going to make me your preferred notary. No, it's about just finding a way to meet them where they're at, because you first got to find out where they are at. What do you have going on? What is it that you got going on so that I can support it? I need to go to the grocery store right now. I'm just thinking, the guy paid me in cash, and I'm like, I already recorded it in my books, so I need to go. I got a half a tank of gas. I can get the gas later. I'm trying to think. Something's telling me I need to go to the grocery store. Oh, I need to go to the Sam's Club to get some more eggs for the wife. I'll swing back by and do that later. But I do need to go. Let me go home first. Something's telling me to go home. Like one of the things I didn't do, I didn't prep my documents because I was so tired last night. So I'm going to go home, prep my documents, have them, and get ready. I'm going to just be able to head out. And then that way I don't have to rush. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. So that's the thing. But it's all about availability, and you have to find out what that company's workflow is, and then make sure that you can graft into it, as well as that it doesn't put you out of pocket. So me, I'm heavy on doing loan closings. That's part of the reason why I'm not marketing to these entities, because I got a lot of work coming in with the loan closings. And for me to market myself as if I'm going to be at their beck and call when they're only doing it every now and then, versus I can do 4 or 5 closings a day. You get what I'm saying? It gets hard. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. So if you're only doing 4 or 5, if they only have 4 or 5 appointments per month and they're random, and I know I got a solid 85 closings per month that I can do, how do I market to companies and say, yes, I'm available to you, so when you call, I'm going to come for your 5 appointments, which means I'm going to have to do what? Cancel any loan closing that I may already be booked for. And in some regards, I can't do that. That would not be smart business for me to cancel my appointments just because somebody is willing to pay me $700 to do ... when I got this person depending on me. To me, it doesn't make sense. I have to because I could burn bridges, because then I did 700 with you that day, but I might not get another appointment with you for 5 or 6 months, and then I just threw away money over the long haul from this company just to get a quick 700. I don't know if that's a smart move for me. That might be the smart move for you, but if you only got 10 closings you're doing per month, okay, it may work. But if I got a client, and see, what you got to realize, when you really get good and going out here with these companies, they will depend on you. I'm talking about the signing companies. They can depend on you just as much as a direct title company. And here you got, let's just say in this area, my area, there's only 7 notaries out of the 200 that these companies depend on. And if I'm one of those, that 7, and they know that I'm the notary that can get up and do stuff early in the morning or go out late at night, and the other 6, that's not them, well, guess what? For me to have an appointment at a time that they need, and then all of a sudden a $500 appointment comes up for this person who only has something every now and then, to take that and leave this person who's truly depending on me. So I have to be careful. I hope I'm saying it right. Gotta put some Vaseline on my lips. I hope I'm explaining it right. Please tell me if I'm not. But I'm just trying to say is that you got to be smart about who you're going to cancel on. And what I try to do in my business is minimize the appointment cancellations, period. I try to avoid the appointment cancellations altogether. I don't like, once I'm assigned something, I want to go ahead and do it. Yeah, it might be paying low, and this one came in paying high, but you know what? This company has already put it out there. Griffin Notary got you covered. And then now I'm going to back off and see, again, if you understand that they may have notaries in here who they don't want to work with. And every time you cancel, that might make them have to work with somebody who they really don't. So I take that into account also, but that's just me. I know some of you don't care, and that's fine, but I care about that. That's my personality. You see where I'm going with the theme? Your personality dictates your business. Your personality dictates how you run your business. It's not that doing this is trash or doing that is trash for everybody. That's trash for me because my personality ain't down with that. He is not trash. She is not trash. It's that person is trash because my personality is ... And because my personality is this way, I can't be with somebody that's that way. But then he works perfect for her. She works perfect for him. They work perfect for each other because of what? Their personality. So once you understand and define who you are as a person, it will help you to figure out who you are as a business person, which will help you to understand what type of work you're willing to do. The big thing is, don't make people feel bad about the fact that they're okay with doing this. Yes, I'm okay with doing ... I'm okay with not doing ... I don't make people feel bad about it. I tell people my personality, that's just not me. People ask me all the time, but I said, no, that's just not me. That's just not my flow. If it works for you, do it. Because I've learned over the years, not everybody can be Walmart. That's why you got Dollar Tree, Dollar General, the nickel and dime store, all of that. Not everybody can be the Cheesecake Factory. Not everybody can be Abuelo's restaurant. Never been there, but I just see it all the time, so I figured it must be something fancy. Not everybody can be a 5-star or a 10-star, restaurant, this, that, and the other. Some people, not everybody's going to have high priced food. People have more affordable. There's somebody in every area. And see, here's the thing. Whatever you don't want to do doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. For people who don't want to do like me, I don't really care for apostille. I do it, I know it, but I'm not really big on doing it in general notary work. I do it, but it doesn't mean that because I don't like it, it's not existing. It's still a need. I just don't have it on a high priority. But I know how to do them. And I know where to go to get resources and help if I come into a problem doing it. But they're not my priority. For people who don't like loan closings, don't mean that a loan closing doesn't need to get done. It's just not a priority for you. That's all. But it could be a priority for that person, another person who that's all they have in their area. So I don't like making people feel bad about the way they make money. Unless it's something illegal they doing, then I'm going to say something personal. If they come talk to me and I see that, I realize, oh, what you doing? You ain't supposed to be doing that. But if what you're doing is legal, and that's you and you feel, go for it, because you just never know what may happen. I mean, this gentleman that I have, Stephen, I adore him and his family. They are some cool people. But I would have never met this gentleman had I not done the loan closing. I've met so many great people doing loan closings, had some great conversation with people doing the loan closings, the face-to-face ones, the one where I'm doing all this extra stuff. But what it ends up profiting me down the road, I'm like, wow, I would have never thought that, because I'm just going in here to do this, and next thing I know, this whole big thing opened up. And see, I understand the concept that I could go do a loan closing and the person who I'm with may have apostille stuff that needs to get done. Or in this case, he has general notary stuff that needs to get done from time to time. But guess what? I would never do the general notary had I not done the loan closing. And there are some people, if you had not done the general notary, you wouldn't have the apostille opportunity or the loan closing opportunity or whatever. In other words, it all works together. But it is your right if you only want to focus on this one thing. If you only want to focus on right here, this is all I want right here. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just opposed to people making other folk feel bad about their focus, especially if it's about making you feel bad about this in order for me to make money on you coming over here to what I do. And that's what I learned when I first got into the loan closing. It's like people are making you feel bad about being with signing companies and saying you need to be direct, but not everybody can be direct. Then they make you feel bad about even doing the loan closings. And like, why don't you got a signing company? Why don't you got a training company? It's like not everybody's personality is for that. And this is why we have these issues that we have in this business, is because so many people don't have the right personality for what they're doing. And just because somebody's making $500,000 or $1 million in as a trainer or a signing company owner, don't mean they got the right personality for it. Because what happens is the moment there's a conflict, moment there's a problem, moment there's any little bump in the road, they spaz out. See, that's how you can tell. It's just like in your W-2. They promote Fred gets promoted, Marisol, she gets promoted, and then the moment somebody does something, the slightest, matter of fact, they ain't even done nothing wrong, it's just a misunderstanding. That person has a meltdown, they start spazzing, they want to write everybody up, they want to fire everybody. And it's like, why? Well, you wasn't at your desk. I did get here on time, and the yard crew was out there, so I parked around the side, and I was told that once they move their vehicles, I can move mine back over here and park it back in our parking spaces. Oh, so why are you writing me up? Well, I thought you wasn't here. Why didn't you call me? You get what I'm saying? So you have signing company owners and trainers and stuff that spaz out over the slightest little thing, especially some signing company owners, because they're thinking everybody's doing something against them or to hurt their business. And it's like, no, why don't you slow your roll? Why don't you have a conversation with me? Well, I ain't got time to have no conversation with you. I just need you to shut up and just do this here. It's like, whoa, I ain't your employee. Well, I guess you just won't be anybody. I just blacklist you. You ain't got the personality for this. That becomes a problem. Business is personality. Either you got the right personality for it or you don't. I'm telling you. I know this is a long video, y'all. The point that I'm making in all of this, business is about personality. If you don't have the right personality, I'm telling you, you are not going to be successful. And you can fake it, but people will reckon, okay, you just a phony. Yeah. People gonna see right through all that. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're a little greasy car salesman with your little slick hairdo and smile, and people can see it. People will see it. Okay, yeah, your overly polished teeth. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you got your little weave in and all that. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. But when you listen to the essence of what these people are talking about, they're not really talking about anything. It's just constantly a sales pitch to make you feel bad about what you don't have. I don't make people feeling bad about what they don't have. I don't think I've ever got up here and made anybody or even talked in a way to make you feel bad about not doing 100 signings in a month or not doing. I'm just like, hey, if you're trying to make money, this is one way you can make money. If you don't want to do it, then that's fine. But don't complain about not having something when the opportunity for you to get something is there. It's at a lower level, but it's something that's there that can move into something higher. But if you just want the higher part, then hey, then this ain't the channel for you. But I'm not going to make you feel bad about wanting 150. I'm just saying, what is your goal? Well, I want 150 every signing. Okay, so how much you trying to make per month? And that's the question that I have. And I'll be honest, to this day, no one has really asked. I can't tell you anybody who's ever really truly and honestly answered that who were laser and hyper focused on $150 per signing. Not one person who wants $150 per signing has ever given me here's what I'm trying to make monthly. And here's how I'm going to get that based off of this 150. And here's the people who are paying me 150 so that I can get that dollar amount. So I want $7,000 a month. So I'm going to so the math on that is 7,000 divided by 150. So that's 46 closings that I would have to do, 46 appointments. So now the question is, sorry about this, y'all. The question is, do I have 46 clients that I can do at 150? All right. Y'all can see the numbers there. 7,000 divided by 150, basically rounded up 47. So do I have 47 clients that's going to pay me on a consistent basis $150? It's either yes or no. Just yelling out, I want 150, I want 100. Okay, that's nice. But do you have that number of people that's going to pay you that? See, does the training help you in that regard? Does the training teach you how to get that dollar amount consistently? If it does, then great. And then the question is it applicable in your area? If it's not applicable in your area, then what do you do? That's the question. I want me a six-figure man. Okay, where you at? Do they have some six-figure men? Well, no. Then where do they have them? Well, I'm out here in, in this small town, Smalltownville, Kansas. So, okay, so where's your six-figure man in Kansas? In that little behind the mountain town you live in? In New York, LA, Miami, Texas? Okay, we'll go there. Nah, I don't want to go to them big cities. I don't like them big. So you don't want to go to where that person is at who can be your six-figure man. You want your six-figure man to come all the way to the backside of the mountain out here with snakes and gators. I know there ain't no gators in Kansas. You want him to come to you, but you don't want to go. That ain't going to work. What $150 appointments are, okay, to go, well, nah, I can't do that. Nah. Because Man and TT, they got soccer practice. Okay, then you ain't gonna make 150. But there's 85. Nah, I ain't doing no 85. But so the 85 is during the time you can do it, but the 150 isn't. How you gonna make the money? Again, apologize for it being this long. That's the thing. Business is about your personality. If you ain't got the right personality, you ain't gonna make money. And people ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with you. And the people who are attracted to some of these other folk, it's because they got that same personality within them. They're just trying to find a way to pull it out, to be slicksters and to get over on people, and just to make money and have no real foundation at all, no real business foundation whatsoever. I see videos out there. Well, yeah, I mean, I know people don't like so-and-so's course, but see, the moment a student has to justify their payment of somebody's course because other people have brought out valid points, that course is trash. Talk to y'all later. Bye.